What's up, it's Mandy, and today I have a very easy DIY tutorial on how to make a pillow with no sewing and a stamp using an eraser. So if you guys want to go ahead and make this, then just keep on watching. Hey guys, so here is the most easiest DIY you will ever find on making a pillow. So first off, you're going to need some supplies. So you're going to need your fabric and you're going to need a ruler. Now, when I did my pillow, I did not even really measure because I didn't really care what size it was going to be so long the line was straight. But you can pretty much choose whatever size you want to do. So I think my pillow was probably around like, I don't know, maybe like 16 inches long, and then maybe the width size is about like, I don't know, like 14 inches I should say. I didn't know the whole measurements on it, but it doesn't really matter because you're just making a rectangular pillow or even a square pillow, whatever you want, because this requires no sewing. But mainly you just want to have a kind of like a long sheet of fabric over, and then you want to make sure you kind of fold it and keep it folded because you are going to be saving one side of gluing. So now you need your hot glue, you need your glue gun, and then you need to let it go heat up as I'm doing so. So as you can see, the lines that I drew on before, I'm now applying glue on it, and I'm going to be folding the fabric on top of it. So that's why I said to kind of separate your fabric, or you can like fold it in half so that way you don't have to sew on one side. So as you can see that I'm doing here, you can go ahead and apply glue on the rest of the lines that you drew on. And as you can see, there's a fold right there. That part you don't need to apply glue because those parts are already enclosed. But you have to make sure you apply just enough glue so that way all sides are sealed, because you don't want anything to be kind of falling out and you want your pillow to be very nicely secured. But do not sew all the way around. Make sure you leave an opening open so that way you can flip your pillow inside out. So now we're going to go ahead and cut off the excess because there are a lot of like extra fabric that I left out. So you can go ahead and cut that out if you want, or if not, you can go ahead and leave it on because you won't really be able to see it anyway since it's going to be inside out. So now you can go ahead and flip your fabric inside out to where you can't see all the outside parts. So you see it looks much cleaner and much nicer. So now that you have that part on, you're going to need to take a foil. So make sure you size the foil to the size of your fabric, because in order for you to paint it, you need to put foil inside so that way foil doesn't sink through. So just grab any kind of foil you have in the kitchen, fold it like I said, and slip it right in. After you applied your foil into your sheet, I will now grab some paint. So definitely go use some fabric paint because it will last longer and stick on much easier than regular paint. And then you want to go ahead and grab a paintbrush that suits your own needs. And then you want to go ahead and start drawing on your cactus. Now, if you're not really a great artist at drawing, I would suggest using a light pencil and drawing on before you start with paint, because once the fabric paint touches the fabric, it will not come off. So make sure to be really precise on what you're doing. So here I am just drawing just some random cactus, and if you need some ideas, you can definitely go on Google and just type in cactus and you'll find a bunch of different types of cactuses there are out there. That's what I did, and I'm just placing them all over the sheet wherever I kind of want them to go. But this is your own preference. Wherever you feel like you want to put a cactus on, you can totally do that. If you want, you can even add just one cactus or just like one big cactus if you want. But this is how I'm going to make mine, and of course you can add whatever colors you want, but it's up to you. If you are impatient, you can go ahead with a blow dryer and just kind of dry it out a little bit faster, and then once you're done, you can go ahead and take out the foil, and then that's pretty much it. Now here's the fun part where you can totally fill out your pillow with whatever you want. I happen to have this kind of polyfill, but you can use pretty much whatever you want in your pillow, whatever softness you kind of like, but I'm just going to go ahead and use this for mine. Yeah, this part is totally optional for you. You can even pretty much leave this open if you want and use this for your own pillowcase that you already have as a cover or a sheet. And then if you do decide to leave it open, you can totally skip this part, but I want it to be enclosed, so I'm going to take my hot glue gun again, and I unfolded the ends inside, and then I'm going to enclose it, and because I don't want anything to go in it, so I'm just folding it in and putting more glue on, making sure that it is really tight and secure. So once you are done doing that, your pillow is pretty much complete. Now you can go ahead and make a ton of pillows and put them all in your bed and go put them on Pinterest and Instagram. So I hope you guys like this one, and we'll just go straight into the next DIY. So now that we are sticking to a cactus theme, we can go ahead and start making our stamp. So the supplies that you will need is an eraser, a cork, a stamp pad, and a X-Acto knife. Once you have all of these, we can get started. So for the eraser, I would recommend using one that is a lot wider and longer, just so that way you have a lot of more space to play around with. If your eraser is smaller, it might be harder to carve it out, so I'd recommend using a big one. Now you can go ahead and grab a pencil and you can start drawing your cactus. You can draw whatever you want to draw, but for this video, we are sticking to a cactus, and you can definitely like go Google one to find like some kind of sample of it. And then what I would recommend doing is coloring the outside of your cactus, just so that way you can get rid of the negative space and it's much easier to see where you want to carve out. So like you see me doing so, I'm taking my X-Acto knife and I'm just outlining the negative spaces, so that way that's the areas that I'm going to be taking off. During this step, you want to make sure that you're going a little bit slower because you want to be a little bit safer and you want to be more cleaner when you're carving it out because it can get a little bit messy. So what I'd recommend you when you are carving it out is try to do it as if you're shoveling out the eraser. Like how you see me doing so, I'm kind of creating lines so that way I can peel them off in tiny pieces rather than a full piece, and then you're kind of ripping up part of your cactus because you don't want to do that. Now this part I totally forgot to record me gluing it on, but you want to grab a hot glue and glue on the cork to the eraser. So once you've glued on your cork to your eraser, you can go ahead and grab a stamp pad and you can start stamping with your new stamp. So what I recommend doing is kind of swishing your stamp all over the ink and then pressing on with your hands, just so that way you can get the full effect of the stamp. And then now that is your stamp and it is complete. Now you can go ahead and create any kind of shape that you want for your stamp and totally have fun with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please subscribe to my channel and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.